Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Derek here. We are here with another trailer reaction. This is for the official trailer for the Snyder Cut of Justice League. And I guess they're just calling it Zack Snyder's Justice League, not calling it the Snyder Cut or anything weird like that. So I previously reacted to like the DC Fandom trailer for the Snyder Cut, and there wasn't like any like new really footage or anything unexpected in that. I've heard that maybe we see some of like Jared Leto's Joker in this trailer, but that's really all I know. Either way, I'm really excited. I'm pumped to see this movie. I know they've gone back and forth on whether or not they want to make it like a 4-hour movie type thing, or like 4 to 6 like 40-minute to an hour long episodes. And I believe they settled on one like 4-hour movie. Either way, I think it'll be an enjoyable experience. So my relationship with the DC movies are a little complicated. Like I like some of the movies that other people don't like, and I don't like some of the other ones that people do like. And I can talk about those after, but yeah, I'm excited. I didn't particularly love the theatrical cut of Justice League, so I'm excited to see whether or not the Snyder cut has any change to that, you know? So I'm pumped either way. But otherwise, before we jump into the video, please consider leaving a like on the video. That means a ton to me. If you want to see like a review of the Snyder cut, which I might do, or like a breakdown of how I feel it's different than the theatrical cut, make sure to subscribe, because I'll probably make some sort of video on this, whether that be like reacting to the new stuff that's in it, or just doing like a general review of the updated movie. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments and subscribe. And then if you want to support me outside of YouTube in any way, head down to my Patreon. It is linked in the description. But otherwise, let's watch this trailer. Okay. I think that is not new. That he's got a hole in his chest.
The bell's been rung.
Is that Gotham?
Dark. Among the stars.
Is this Jesse Eisenberg talking?
The god is dead.
The mascara getting destroyed right there.
Almost like a premonition. I think there's an attack coming.
Dark side. Ooh, he looks so good. Was that? There was a person on the right, looked like an old lady. I wonder if that's Granny Goodness.
I'm building an alliance to defend ourselves.
Hugging, are your team strong enough?
Oh, no more red skies? This is gonna be great.
The charging bull, and don't wave the red cape at it.
We were sent here for a reason.
Oh my gosh, this looks like an entirely different movie.
Picture the rest of your life. Find out what that reason is.
Okay, Henry Cavill. Oh, you black suit beauty.
He said the age of heroes would never come again.
This looks so much better. Oh.
It will.
Oh.
It has to.
I like it so far.
We live in a society where honor
We live in a
is a
society.
distant memory.
Meme.
Isn't that right? Batman.
There he is. Did it say when it was coming? What day? March 18th? That's so fast. Okay, dang. This like almost straight up just looks like a completely different movie. So presumably, how much of the film did Joss Whedon reshoot? I'm not sure how much he reshot. This movie is almost being seen as like a I don't know how to explain it. Like Joss Whedon did a great job on the Avengers, and I think he did Age of Ultron as well. But people were not a fan of his work on this film in particular. I think the tone that he brought to this film versus what it was like supposed to be and expected to be was very different, and it didn't quite mesh well. And then obviously there's been all the stories of like his treatment of the actors and staff on the film was not great, and there was investigations and he was kind of fired. And the guy who plays Cyborg, Ray Fisher, is famously like made this a whole big thing, refusing to work with the head of, I think, Warner Brothers is like something Hamada, so I forget his first name, and that was also one of the things from the original or the theatrical cut, is that Cyborg's role in this film was greatly reduced, and that might have been directly because of his interactions and displeasure with Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns and John Berg and all those guys. So this movie is, especially even now, like Joss Whedon has had more people from like previous things that he's worked on, like Buffy, that have come out and been like, this guy's a grade A butthole and a misogynist and kind of takes advantage of the people that he works with. More of that is coming out. And so this movie is almost even because of that getting more of a reputation of being like, yo, screw Joss Whedon. Like, let's a triumphant return back to what this should have been. Everything with Joss Whedon, and then more Ray Fisher, all the weird alterations that were made to this film, like the red skies and all that jazz. Like, it's like, all the stuff you hate, we're getting rid of it. And then like even the Jared Leto's Joker, everyone hated his portrayal of the Joker in Suicide Squad. I didn't mind it. I didn't care that much about it. I wasn't like, I love this version of Joker. I was just kind of like, I knew that everyone hated it, and then I saw it and I was like, that's not horrible. The Joker's a weird, complicated character. I wasn't a fan of the tattoos and all damaged across. It's like a little unnecessary, but it wasn't like, this ruined my life, But seeing him in this, where he's a little more, it almost looks like he's more, he's obviously looks more like the comic version, or even like Heath Ledger's Joker, where he's got the long hair. It looks like he's got heavy makeup on. It's very interesting. It like just the vibe and the tone of this trailer. Black Suit Superman, something people wanted to see for so long. Like, everything about this trailer makes this seem like it is a completely different film. A lot of the times director's cuts of films can seem very different from the version that gets released in theaters. But I think this is also a special case. This is also a special case because not only is it just a director's cut that differs slightly and is longer than the theatrical version, but like a whole bunch of this movie, I guess, was just reshot and added by Joss Whedon. And I think they're taking that out. Like, all the stuff Joss Whedon did, they're just like, no, don't need that. And then they did some additional reshoots for the Snyder cut, just like probably like establishing shots and things that didn't require the actors a whole lot to be involved, and then CGI stuff. So Some cool things that I saw. Darkseid looked great. And on his left, it looked like an old lady. And in the comics, if I remember correctly, in the comics, I haven't specifically read any of the comics that involve her, but there's a character named Granny Goodness, which is like this old lady, who's like one of Darkseid's like minions. She's super powerful. The last thing that I remember seeing her in was in the animated show Harley Quinn, where they have to defeat her to gain control of Darkseid's minion army. So that'll be interesting if she plays any sort of actual part in this film, or if she's just kind of like there so people can be like, because Zack Snyder, I don't want to say he's famous for this, but like he did this a lot in Batman versus Superman, where there's a ton of like little visual details and all these things where comic book fans can look at it and be like, oh, but it doesn't actually play like a huge part in the film. Like specifically like the Robin suit that was all spray painted with Joker stuff, like in Batman versus Superman, didn't have a huge part, but a lot of comic fans could look at that and be like, dude. So that could just be something for this, but I don't know. This comes out on March 18th. It looks really fun. It looks, just from the trailer, it looks way better than the theatrical version. That remains to be seen of whether or not it is better or worse or just kind of around the same. I have, like I said before, I have a complicated thought process surrounding these DC films. There are a few DC films that a lot of people, like the majority of people, thought were hot garbage that I actually really enjoyed. I liked Man of Steel. I think Man of Steel was really good. I was honestly a big fan of Batman versus Superman, especially the like extended cut or whatever that added additional scenes for context and things like that. I was a big fan of that film. I really enjoyed the first Wonder Woman film. I really did not like Aquaman. I thought Aquaman was absolute just hot trash garbage. Jason Momoa, he does an all right job as Aquaman, but like the chemistry between the two stars was non-existent. I think there wasn't any moment to breathe within that movie. Like, yeah, you're underwater, but no, like it just seemed like it went from one moment to the next without any emotional depth to anything in the story. So I didn't like that. I actually didn't hate Suicide Squad. I recognize that it is not a good movie. Like, upon like the more you discuss Suicide Squad, you're like, okay, that's not the biggest fan of it. But like when I watched it, I was like, okay, this is an enjoyable action film. Like, just turn my brain off and watch this. But I didn't hate it. There were parts I didn't like, but I didn't hate it. What else? What other DC movies have there been? Wonder Woman 1984. Didn't like that at all. I thought it was really bad. I did a review of it on the channel that you can check. If you go to playlists and go down to reviews, it's literally the only video in there. So, because I've only done one review. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. So, and I guess Justice League. I would have given the theatrical cut of Justice League like a 6 out of 10. I think it was okay. It was just kind of like okay, like when I went to see Batman versus Superman in theaters, I didn't leave that movie being like, this is an Oscar winner, oh my god. But like, I watched it, and like throughout the whole movie, like my nerd heart was exploding. I was like, I love this. This is fantastic. Like, I loved seeing all the little nuggets and Easter eggs and all these visual cues, and I thought it was fantastic to like fantastic entertainment to watch. And then I left the theater loving that film, and I go on the internet and everyone's tearing it apart, being like, this is a trash film, and I was like, what? So, you know, I don't know. I don't know if you can trust my opinion on DC films. They're so all over the place. You know, I don't know. It should be good. This movie is going to be fun, I think. I'm excited to watch it. It comes out March 18th, which is literally a month and 4 days from now. So it'll come out around similar time to Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think it comes out literally like 4 or 5 days before or after Falcon and Winter Soldier. So March will be a good month for nerds. I'm excited. You guys should watch it. Again, if you want me to do like a review or anything of this film, or maybe even react to it, like new stuff. I've never done a movie reaction, but I'm kind of open to it. The main reason I don't do movie reactions right now is because I don't have a ton of storage space on my phone, which is what I use to record. So I don't know how that would work out, and just like the prospect of editing a film reaction sounds daunting to me. You know, it takes like two plus hours to edit a TV show episode reaction, so it would take like 5 hours to edit this film reaction, especially if this movie is 4 hours long, 4+ hours long. This would take me like 10 hours to edit that. So probably won't do a a reaction to this film. I'll probably do a review if you guys want to see that. Yeah, I think that's all I got to say. I've been rambling a lot. I don't think I had much like coherent structure to what I was talking about, kind of just like weaved in and out of topics. But yeah, I think that's all I got. So if you liked what you saw, please leave a like on the video. If you want to see more, or if you want to see my review or reactions to anything, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And if you just want to support me outside of YouTube, head down to my Patreon. It is linked in the description below. But thanks for watching. Peace.